Evening all, welcome back to Space Engineers. Right, so today we finish off our metal frame for our wonderful new destroyer, and oh god, it's coming together. I know I'm a bit boring with these designs, but this is the beginning of something. Again, you can build all of the plates in, then weld them out, or rather grind them out again and get the materials back. So it is worth doing that. It's, because you can just keep coming back and changing things as well. Plus, weirdly enough, you don't actually have to complete all of the panels as well. And towards the end of the video, we'll show you what I mean with that, because anyway, you'll see. So what we're going to try and do today is look at finishing off the metal frame, because this is kind of the beginning of where you want to get to. When you do this, what I would say to you is make sure that you do not close off any areas, because you don't really want to grind something out and then have to weld in a hidden panel, for example. So everything at the moment, I believe, is still exposed and able to be got at to finish and weld in. The engines are wrong, they're majorly wrong, and I'll fix them in a bit. But this is kind of like, the beginning, this is the blueprint effectively being put together. And you can actually do things like blueprints. They are starting to, in the parts piece particularly, but what I would say is eventually I think there will just be this thing where you can just copy paste the ship in this game as well. It would be good to save your creations as well as a blueprint. You could do that in StarMade, but you can't do it in this, which is a bit of a shame. But it is exceptional. I'm loving this, and I think it's just one of these games that really grabs you. And I think you get involved with the joy of building something. I had this with Minecraft actually. When I played Minecraft, I first played it. I played it when I was back in the days of the Goons. And somebody posted on, I think it was the other games forum. I can't remember what it was. I'm playing this game where you can basically set fire to things with lava, and I was like, tell me more, bro. And I logged into the Goon server, and it was just completely mined out. Everything was gone, and there was lava everywhere, and it was a place of terror and despair. So I thought, what the hell is this? And I that was with the demo, and I bought the game, and I was surprised actually how shit it looked. I sat there and thought, what is this? And then lo and behold, I played it for a bit, sort of thought to myself, right, well, give it a go, a little twinky twanky music going on, and I can apparently punch a tree. And then probably about 3 days passed by, and I had built my my base in a mountain with fire and skulls, eyes, weeping tears of lava. And I realized, whoa, where did those 3 days just go? And that's actually what happened with this game as well. I'm losing myself internally. Oh, do you see what I mean about the engines? All wrong. But we'll fix that. But anyway, this is why I think this game is something of note for you, because I am already quite surprised how much it has grabbed me, particularly. And this was just the creative mode is what grabbed me. I always thought to myself, what's going to be like to have to mine and build all these things, and also just survive? You need energy. If you ever get to the point where you run out of uranium, you're going to die. That's a pretty scary thing. So, I think honestly, this game is just absolutely worth your time. I think eventually, hopefully, there'll be some form of creeps maybe, or some form of, enemy. NPC or something that might be pretty cool, even if it's just a creature that you have to defend against, because then the weaponry comes in as well. At the moment you only need weaponry for PvP, which I think in this game PvP is not going to be great. So I think like Minecraft PvP is a joke. I think in this game it needs something more something to do with rather the weaponry that you create. Maybe you could also I don't know, we'll see, but I'm really curious to see how on earth these things are going to roll together. I love the fact that you can build just a ship and fly it and then live from it and becomes your base as well. To me, that was always the hook for this game. So we go as we build our engines. We're just going to put 2 great big thrusters on the back. We may encompass them, we may build into them, but I think at the moment that'll do. Look how many components they need. My God, this is going to take forever. I wonder if I'll ever actually fly this. As I build this, I'm actually thinking to myself, am I ever going to fly this thing? You see behind the, just to the right of where I'm looking now, that's going to be where we put the reactor. It's a 3x3 space, and lo and behold, we have 3x3 space for it. So that's going to work out quite well. So it will just be one large reactor, thank God. and that way you can easily manage your uranium from it. But everything else is to be determined yet. So where are we going to put the refinery? No idea. Where are we going to put the medical bay? No idea. Now remember, the medical bay is important because it's your spawn point. So if you die, you respawn back at it. Now I have this dream that eventually you're going to have this thing where you'll find ships that are derelicts and they've like got no power in them. Maybe they'll procedurally generate like, you know, broken bases and lost bases that, you know, again, ran out of power. The gravity's off. You can then put power in and gravity comes on and open doors, etc. I honestly cannot wait. I think this could be quite incredible. And it's only a beta, again, remember that. It's only a beta stroke, almost, I guess, alpha, isn't it? So already I'm quite surprised and eager to see how this develops. So we go, I know it's a bit boring at the moment. It'll be a bit of a cylinder for a while. Once it's, I think, a bit more done, we're going to, you know, add things like antennae and bridge and, you know, extra vehicular bits. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the hangar. I want a hangar as well, so I've got to think about where on earth I'm going to put a flipping hangar here. But again, all of this is the joy of the game, and hopefully you're seeing that. Hopefully you're seeing why and what this game is all about, because and why I'm so mad about it, because to be honest, these are the kind of games that I think really engage the creative part of your brain. And I think these are the games that everybody should be, you know, playing. I honestly do believe that. It's like they use Minecraft in schools now, and I think that's an incredibly valuable thing. This game should be played in an engineering school, because this is the kind of thing that people, you know, dream of doing, you know, as engineers. So, you know, gaming has a place, I think, in most, you know, in most kind of social, I guess, setups, and I think certainly this is going to be one of those games that I hope really does, you know, create or rather change the genre, or even create its own. So I think as it stands, this is something that we're going to really kind of focus on with this video. For the next few videos, you're going to see nothing but this, so I do apologize for that. Post in the comments, give me some ideas, tell me what you would like to see on this mighty ship. I think we will change the design of it quite drastically. This is just literally a first go. And as we start to obviously mine, yeah, I'm going to do a whole day of mining. I'm just going to sit and mine enough iron to build this thing completely. And that's it. I mean, it looks a massive undertaking, but the reality is, if I just spent 3-4 hours mining, you know, watching a movie, just sat there going and mining as much as I can, and refining it all as I do it, this would be very close to completion in a couple of days, I think. Now, the materials necessarily won't be. So you see the internal frame will be, but not necessarily the external frame. So we go. Now I'm not going to place it. I'm just going to look at the sizing of it, because I want to make sure that it fits. Now it's going to live there. So you see, yep, that looks good. Yep, so it'll live there basically, and that'll be my reactor for the whole ship. It might even be slightly overkill. It looks like it's going to be, well, maybe a bit too big. But anyway, we'll see. I don't really want to use small reactors on this one. As we go, so as you start to weld a few plates in, now really we've kind of got our superstructure done. We're not going to do decks until later. If we've got enough, we will do proper decking. But I think at the moment, I'm not convinced of it. It might not be right. Now, again, interestingly enough, I still can't get this to work. I've got the second refinery working wrong, so it should go through the conveyor into the assembler. So tell me what I've done wrong there, because it's really bothering me. I suspect it's just I've not lined it up properly, which is sucking, because I don't want to rebuild that refinery at all, I can tell you, bro. Here we go. So just building lots of plates. That's pretty much all we're going to do for the rest of this map, is actually just build plates. Because it's going to need tens of thousands of them, which is you know, an interesting prospect, considering when you see how quickly they build. They're pretty slow, so this is why you need 2 assemblers, maybe even more. But again, it's something that I think once you've got the materials for it, it's not too bad at all. And I'm not cheating. I don't want to cheat and use less resources, like with the realism times 3 is 3 times less and faster build, and realism times 10 is 10 times less materials and faster build, and 10 times faster. And I don't want to do that. I want to really try and achieve this without using cheats, effectively, which is what that is in my mind. I want to build this properly as a realistic thing. Because when you've built it, the achievement's going to be huge. There was no shortcut with building the Titans that I built in Eve, and I've got to admit, doing it this way is going to be, you know, as rewarding as doing that. And it will take longer, it will take a lot of effort, but it's going to be fun. And remember, part of the process, the fun part of this game is building the flipping thing. So let's not forget that. Yeah, so post in the comments, tell me how I can fix that refinery thing, if you know, because it's annoying as shit that I can't get it to work. Anyway, so we go, let's go and weld. It's weld, dudes. We're going to build a lot more doors in as well. We're just going to have those for the time being. But I think certainly, you know, the challenge we're going to have with this is just spending the time mining, spending the time welding. But once that frame is done, it really is a very simple process from that point. So we go, let's weld some plates in, weldy, weldy, weld. And you see, once we get to that red line, we don't have to go above that. That's the final piece, so it'll work now. I think we'll do that for most of them. We'll just get them to the point where they're kind of done. See that? Look at that, look at that, look at that. Only another 20 million to go. And you can even weld them to the point where they're a bit like that. So, you know, you don't have to go all the way. And the half blocks are obviously half the requirement as well. Thank God somebody did that right. So let's just weld that in. So clunk, clink. There we go. Done. Nice. And that's it. So with that one, we welded it all the way to the end because I'm an idiot. But you can see how it works. And then we just weld and then we run out of materials eventually. But there we go. So you can leave them kind of half done. So you can just return to them another time when you've got more materials. So you can get them looking, as you see there, just a bit more done. But there we go. Look at that. The mighty SquadB flagship Mark II. Properly built this time with no creative mode. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.